Hello, everyone. How's the day? How did your day go? It's online. I just want to wrap up what I started talking about. It's online. If you're online, jump online, say hello. If you're online, let me know. Indicate you're online. Some of you are seeing me for the very first time. If you're online, let me know. If I'm audible, let me know. Say you're audible, sir. We can hear you. How are you doing? How's your day been? Hope it wasn't stressful. Wow, such a great thing to speak to you today. Such a great thing to reach out to you on live video. Hope you're good, all? Yeah, fine. Father, thank you. We bless your holy name. We adore you because of who you are, because of what you will do. Thank you because you will minister to these people. Within the conference of time that I have, you're going to speak to them. You're going to touch their heart. You're going to spark something new in their lives. You're going to make them realize purpose. Bless your holy name because this is the faith that we have in you that when we pray, you answer us. Because you've answered again, we bless your holy name, be glorified in Jesus' precious name. Amen and amen. So I was talking about purpose. I was talking about purpose. How purpose is greater than a man. What crossed God's heart. Something that crossed the heart of God before He created you. There's something that before God created man, what crossed his heart was that he wanted to create another speaking beings that would be an extension of his supremacy upon the surface of the earth. It was not Adam God thought about first before he created Adam. No. He thought about a new set of beings that would take over his supremacy on earth, that would lord over the earth. That was what crossed the heart of God first before he created Adam. So purpose is first before the being, before the carrier of the purpose. The what you were born for is number one thing that crossed the heart of God, even before your face. So what you were born for were the major things that became you that you are looking at in the mirror. What you were created for is why you are how you are. What you are created for is why you are how you are. What you are created for is why you are how you are. You are tall because your life assignment needed you to be tall. You are short because your life assignment wanted that very height for you. You were born in Africa because your life assignment was geared for an African. You are born in Nigeria to your parents because your background and your environment needed you to have passed through those experiences for you to reach where you're going. You needed all the problems you went through in life for you to achieve what you were born to do. If you were born in Canada, for example, government will have been paying you some kind of money that will make you lazy and will never press for anything and never pray for anything. There are some prayer points we pray in Africa, they don't even pray abroad. Why? Because government are solving a lot of needs for them. For common NEPA took light in Africa, we could be trusting God and using faith, for NEPA to bring light that we don't need to do abroad. So the fact that we were born in Africa, it has reshaped our ideologies, to achieving some things better than people that were born there. So I'm trying to let you know that where you were born has already shaped your ideology for something you were born to do. So it's not an accident. It is not an accident that you were born where you were born. Because most of us are always asking why was I not? I even see some funny joke that they say the earth is rotating. Till now I'm still in Nigeria. I'm supposed to be around Canada by now. If through the earth is rotating. If you were born in some of those places, you wouldn't have become what God has purposed you to be. So everything is for a purpose. Well, everything is for a purpose. Everything is for a purpose. There's nothing that is an accident on earth. So purpose is very deep. It's that thing that makes you you. is that thing that will take you from the level of give us our daily bread to the level of break the gate of brass and give us the riches of darkness. Anybody wallowing in wealth and money today is somebody who has found purpose. Somebody who has found purpose is not somebody lying down and expecting God to do everything for them. Somebody who found purpose is somebody who has pressed into the supernatural, has pressed into the purpose which they were born. But someone who has taken risk and gone far ahead where people could never have gone. Somebody who found purpose is somebody that is resilient. Somebody who found purpose is somebody that is restless. It's like the story of Jacob and Esau that I was sharing. Isaac Isaac actually wanted to bless Esau, who is the firstborn and his own favorite. But the mother had this conversation between him and his son and went to tell her own favorite, which was Jacob, and told him to go and wear animal skin, so that because Esau was a very hairy person and Jacob was someone that doesn't have hair on the body. I'm beginning to think even that Esau was a white man and Jacob was a black man, because the Bible tells us that there are two nations inside you. It means there are two kind of human being inside you. So I'm beginning to, because it's the white people that has a lot of hair on their body. We don't have too much hairs on our body. So I'm beginning to think Jacob is a black man and Esau is a white man. So it was Jacob that got blessed. It was Jacob that got blessed, and he went away with the blessing that was meant for his elder brother Esau. It baffles me that when Esau came back and he was begging the father that Isaac, is there no one blessing that you can give me also? And Jacob and the father looked at me. Isaac looked and said, you also will be great, but if you become restless, a time will come, the yoke will be taken from off thy neck, and you will break from the bondage of your brother upon you, and you will free yourself. And just that word, if you are restless, so Esau became restless and began to wrestle and begin. He was a restless person is someone who wants to try everything. A restless person is not somebody who will pray to God and say, we are trusting God, or we are, by the grace of God, I know what God told me. No, those are not restless people. They are stupid people, stupid spiritual people. They are foolish spiritual people. There's something like foolish Galatians in the Bible. You can be serving God and still be foolish. Never forget the story of the 10 virgins. Five were wise, five were foolish. Till today, it's still like a paradox to me. How can you be a virgin and be foolish? How can you keep yourself and not having anything to do with any man and you are still foolish? It means you can be, you are sanctified you, God does not give you an does not exempt you from being foolish. You can be pure and foolish. So it's something very very scary. It's something very scary how Esau went to work on himself, how he became restless, and after a while I found out that Jacob took gifts, he took servants, he took horses, he took camels. Want to go, he wanted to go and apologize and make things right. Someone who offended you, even if you don't know that somebody offended you, you the offended person, you know that I did something bad. If just like this political thing, they want to steal somebody's mandate. Till tomorrow, the person who stole a mandate will forever live with the guilt that this mandate that I'm working on is not my own. It was for someone else. So it was just the same picture. And Jacob took the rose one day and said, no, I'm going to make things right before I die. I can't die like this. I must go and meet my brother Esau and make things right with him. He was going with so much gift, expecting he's going to see a poor man. But he got there and found out that this person that he was thinking that he stole his blessing, because he stole his blessing, he was thinking that would be the end for him. I don't know what devil has stolen from you that is thinking because he stole something from you, that will be your end. He's coming to do pity party with you, coming to console you and tell you sorry. See, because people don't like to tell us congratulations, they love to tell us sorry. But I don't know the sorry party around you. Jacob was prepared to carry gifts and go and say sorry and apologize to Esau. But on the other hand, as he was getting close, even his men has gone ahead to go and check who is this person coming with so much chariots. Do you want to come and take over a city? Esau has become a city on his own. That is somebody that the father did not bless at all. The father has said he has given all the blessing to Jacob. He has given all the blessing to Jacob. So the one that Esau had, I'm wondering, where did he come from? He came from restlessness. He came from restlessness. He came from restlessness. I'm looking for a generation that will not be complacent. The book of Zephaniah, I've forgotten where the place is. You just go and comb the book of Zephaniah. You see one place there. He said, woe unto them that are complacent in Zion. I read that place, but I never read the book of Zephaniah. I read it many years ago, and I found that only place. That's the only place that blessed me in Zephaniah. He said, woe unto them that are complacent in Zion. Complacency means you're just okay. You're just cool with everything. If bad comes, you're cool. You're the quisera, the kind of person. Whatever will be, will be. You don't care about life. You just feel whatever comes, will take you like that. I'm all alone, yeah, and you're more alone. You know, all those jargons that people say in the other religion. That anything that happens to you, that's how God wrote it. So if I decide now, I'm dressed up now, go and jump in front of the train and kill myself, I'll say that's how God wrote it. If I decide wake up now, wear my clothes and go and jump inside a well, you tell me that's how God. It's called. There are some things that we use our hand to cause. Those complacent people are people who explain things off, who don't want to take responsibility, who don't want to take actions, who are very reserved, who don't want to spend nothing, who don't want to risk nothing. They just want to be in the same place doing the same thing they've been doing for many years, such that when you are left for 10 years, they came back and met the same you, and you are still saying the same thing, making the same old stupid jokes, and you think it's still funny. And people that your jokes are no more funny to them, you look at them as proud. It's not pride. They have moved, but you are still in the same place. Those are complacent people. Those are complacent people. Complacent people cannot cope with successful people because their ideology gap has become they are so marginalized that they can't even cope with the way their fellow mates are thinking again. On their own, they will just excuse you. I've seen many of my friends walk away from me, and I'm wondering, what did I do? Am I proud? Why are they avoiding me? They can't just cope with what you're doing. They can't cope with how you are thinking because you have expanded your mind. I'm talking about complacent people now. Complacency is why you will never find purpose. Complacency is what that thing that will tie you down in the sport and will not allow you take step to go and get something great about yourself. God does not have a big dream. God does not have a small dream for anybody. If it's God laying anything in your mind, it has to be big. Our God is a big God. God does not give big dreams. You can start with big dreams, but his target is exceedingly abundantly. That's the realm of God. The realm of God is an exceedingly abundantly realm. It has to be far above what you hope, you think, and you imagine. Hope, think, and imagine. God's plan has to be higher than these three things in your life. If God's ideology, if God's thinking about you is not higher than what you're thinking, then forget it. It's not God. So God, no matter what you are doing, just know that God is thinking something higher. He can start you off from something small, but be very sure that can never be your end. It said, mark the righteous, for the end is peace. For the end is peace. What is peace? Peace operates in the realm of abundance. When you have abundance is when you have peace. You don't have peace when there's no sufficiency in your hand. Our God is a God of sufficiency. So purpose is that thing that leads you to peace and rest. There remaineth yet a rest for these people of God. For you to enter rest, you must enter purpose first. You must be summarized in one sentence, like I was saying in the afternoon. If you are looking at, if you mention just one word, faith, you are thinking of Bishop Oyedepo. You are thinking, you mention one word like deliverance, you are mentioning Papa Olukoya. You mention windows, you are looking at You're looking at this Microsoft guy. You mentioned Apple. You're looking at Steve Jobs. And many other things. You're thinking of flight. You're thinking of the Wright brothers that brought them. You're thinking of light, electric bulb. You're thinking of Thomas Edison and all of these things. So just one word can define somebody. That's their purpose. You can imagine how many words are on Earth. You can go on the dictionary and on Google and even type how many words are in the world. You will see that the words that are in the world are more than 5 times the number of humans on earth. So it's a lot to go around. It's we that cannot just sit down and search for it. If you mention one word about Jesus, it's Messiah. The Messiah is born and his name is Jesus. He's just one word should be able to summarize us. You must continually dig and search for that one word that can define you, that you will be known for everywhere. If you mention manufacturing in Nigeria, in Africa, in this giant of Africa we are talking about, you're looking at Dangote. Is a born manufacturer. He just manufacture things from raw material. He will just bring out a finished product that everybody is looking for. That is his own purpose. You have to sit down beyond certificate. Education was created to cripple what we were born to do. Education is just a window to the other world. Education is just a window to enlighten us and make us have access to information. But we have sat down with education and turn it to something that should be serving us our daily bread, which is not supposed to be. You carry certificate and be looking, you are saying God and be blaming government. Government is not creating jobs. It's not the job. God. It's not the. It's not the job of government to create jobs. Your brain is supposed to create jobs for you. The gift of a man maketh room for him, not the government of a man. The gift of a man maketh room for him. The gift of a man maketh room for him. It's your gift that will make room for you. Don't be waiting for government to make room for you. You must keep searching for purpose. Some of you search for spouses more than you search for purpose. Some of you are seeking for so much for life partners more than how you search for your own purpose. Purpose is what will define you. For purpose is what will establish you and make you popular. Many things are attached to purpose. Beyond money, fame is attached to purpose. Anybody that is famous in this life, he has found purpose. Purpose is the only thing that introduces you to fame. When you find purpose will introduce you to fame. And anybody that is famous, because I've noticed one thing again, you can be famous and broke again. The first thing purpose will do to you is to make you famous. It will give you fame, and it is your duty to turn fame to money. I've seen many ministers that are very famous that are still living in rented apartment. They are still living from house to mouth, and their names are everywhere. And you come online, everybody is telling you to do giveaway, and you even feel like begging from them because you know you don't have anything. God will not teach you everything. The function of God is to give you fame through your purpose. If you cannot be smart, intelligent enough to know that you have to convert fame to money, it means God will not spoon feed you. God feeds every bird, but He doesn't put the food in their nest. They go out and search and intelligently look for how to number one, make their nest and lie on it and provide food and reproduce their own kind. I was watching a video today how a particular bird will sit on a deer and be removing the fur of the dead fur of the deer and go and be using it to make nest. I was wondering how intelligent animals could be. So God will not teach you everything. When God gives you fame, it is your job to translate fame to money. I am seeing a lot of very encouraging trends today. You see these AY comedians, some of them are very popular at that time, but they don't have money. So they found out that developers will carry them as brand ambassadors to be helping them talk about their own estate, and people will come and buy because of capitalizing on the fame of AY. They come and buy the product of the developer with the land they are selling. These guys woke up in Lagos now. They started doing the land business themselves. AY has an estate in Lagos already along Ibadan Express Road. You will see his name there. They've woken up. So they learned how to convert fame on their own. Instead of you being broke, you be a brand ambassador for somebody, they'll give you 1 million. You two will be posting on poster, posting on their own poster, and everybody will be bringing money to them, not even you. You collect 1 million and walk away. So he sat down and thought about it that I should be able to convert this fame into money. As ministers, we also have to know how to convert this popularity that God give us into money. You don't have to manipulate people, but your sense should be smart enough to create businesses and create jobs. Don't sit down and think God is going to be giving you. You just sit there in the office and waiting for who to come for counseling and bring envelope. That is not life. That is not ministry. It's a ridicule to the name of God. If you don't know how to convert God's fame into money. Paul was a maker of tents. You have to go and look for how to work also. Don't just sit down. What do you do when there's no service? What do you do? Service today, just twice a week, Sunday and maybe Wednesday. What do you do on Monday, on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, on Fridays, on Saturdays? What do you do? Can't tell me you are praying. You're not praying. Can't tell me you're studying. You're studying what? You have to go out and make money. You have to go out and find another purpose. Everything will not be taught. Everything will not be spoon fed. These are the things. Anybody scared to lose anything can never have anything. Everybody scared to lose anything can never have anything. You must be that kind of person who is open to things. No, don't be so conservative that you don't want to lose anything. You will never have anything in life. If I perish, I perish. You must get to that bridge that you'll be able to say this boldly. If I perish, I perish. If I perish, I perish. Life is very short. The fact that we are the fact that we are aligned to Jesus already has put a what we are put us on watch list, because the people we are trying to the darkness that we left the darkness that we left are already doing better than us. We claim we are with God and we are not making progress. And it's becoming a ridicule. That's why people are not coming to this Jesus that we're talking about. Because before you invite somebody to come and serve your God, they examine your own life first. Your life becomes a template, because in their mind they'll be thinking, okay, if this thing was going to be on a queue that God is going to be blessing people, at least the ones that are serving Him will be in first, will be in front. That God is supposed to bless first. The person's preaching to me should be in front, ahead of me, if it was a queue of blessing. So they'll be thinking, okay, you that have been in front for the queue of blessing, if God has not blessed you, what is the hope for them that God will jump the queue and come and put blessing on them? So they will just look at your life and examine it and say, oh, if you are not moving forward, there's just no point for me to do this. People that will sew clothes for you, they must check what you're wearing, the kind of designers on your neck. You don't go and meet a shabby tailor that looks haggard and tattered, and tell them to sew for you. They're just going to repeat the exact crap they're wearing on your neck. And you're just going to make a caricature of what you paid for. You know, everything can be wrapped around purpose. Everything can be wrapped around purpose. Right before me now, I'm looking at 22 boys running after one round thing called football. 22 people are chasing one small stupid thing called football, and these are the highest paid guys in the world. How can somebody who making 250 million pounds, is it a week or in a month? It's ridiculous. Why? Because they spotted their purpose, because they spotted what they want to do, and they focused on it judiciously. In those days, our parents would never want to find you with football. They will be thinking, are you okay? But today, see the money people are making. Everybody is pushing their son to their children to football academy now. Even if it's a career that has a short lifespan, if it's a career that barely more than 15 years, the career will start and end. But within that 15 years, if you know what to do with money, you are not supposed to be poor till you die. Purpose is that thing that will take you from an average life into a restful life. To a restful life, you must be conscious of this thing called purpose. You must be conscious of this thing called purpose. God will not make it easy for you, because purpose, you need the resilience, you need the experience of struggles to sustain purpose. Because I found out that being successful in life it's not just the major thing. Remaining successful is the biggest task of it all. And the experience you need to remain successful is found in the struggles you got in your pursuit of purpose. The struggles, your troubles, the struggles and the problems you had are the original things you need to sustain success when it finally comes. So that's why God is not going to be making it easy. He's going to make it difficult for some, because unto some are given to know the it didn't say unto all. Unto some are given to know. If you are not persistent, you will never know. Names are not put there. Names are not put there. Names are not put there. Never forget. And some people will say, it's not written. I mean, everybody cannot be rich. Among you, there will be poor. Yes, it's in the Bible. Bible say, among you, I know there will be poor. Why? Because it's not everybody that are taught every. It's not people don't take people don't practice everything the preacher says, and they'll be blaming the preacher for poverty in church. Do you do if they say give, tithe, work, be diligent? Do you do all those things? Some of you don't give, some of you don't tithe, some of you are not diligent. You sit down 11 a.m. and be speaking in tongues and think is diligent. It's not diligence. Among you there will be poor. Did they mention your name? Your name is not mentioned there. So let it be another person. So if a prophecy was dropped that somebody was going to betray Jesus, are you going to go and submit yourself to that prophecy to make sure that it's fulfilled? To hell to that prophecy. If you like, let it not be fulfilled. All I know, it will not come past. It will not be fulfilled through me. That's what you'll be thinking. You should not be after the fulfillment of an evil prophecy. You should not be the one. It should not be on your head that evil prophecy will come to pass. You understand it? Ah, so after your school, you must consciously make effort to look for exactly that thing you were born to do. For some, yes, they will be called into the academia to shake the academia, because if everybody really left education and went to look for purpose, nobody will teach us again today. Yes, some people are born to teach. Some people are born to raise another generation. That's their own purpose. But let all of us not carry CV and be walking about. Inside some of you, you are already being told, your mind is already telling you that this certificate in your hand will fetch you no single penny. You have to dump that certificate and go and look for another thing to do. Don't play with such voices. That voice is not joking with you. That voice is serious, and anybody that kind of voice is speaking to you, that voice is set to make you great on earth. It's called purpose. It will introduce you to fame. It will connect you to great men. It will take you from the merry clay and set your feet upon the rock. It will make you sit with kings and princes. And by the affiliation and the contact you have with those kings and princes, you become a king yourself. Because success is very communicable. Purpose is very communicable. You can't surround yourself with people that have found purpose and you will not find purpose. These things are very communicable. They are very contagious. That is why successful people used to hide themselves. They don't want people to see them, because they are aware that when you come close to them, something gets rubbed, or something rub off on you. It's very communicable. They understand it. That is why they avoid you. But you have to honor them and respectfully get near them, so that you begin to hear what they know. Because of what they know, what the king know is what made them kings. And when you that you're a slave, when you start hearing the things that the king knows, you become a king yourself. And that is why we became kings on earth, because we are feeding our hearts, we are rubbing our minds with the word of God. And what God is, we are transformed into the same image. We are transformed into the same image. God is a God of purpose. God is a God of purpose. God is a God of purpose. He wrapped our purpose inside us before even we were born. That was what crossed. Before I formed you, I knew you and I ordained you to be prophet to nations. Before I formed you, that is before you existed at all, I knew already what I wanted to do with your life. I was looking for a prophet to nations. That was the first thing that crossed my mind before I created you, Jeremiah. I was looking for a prophet that I'm going to send to the nations, both Greek, Jews, anything. I was looking for a prophet I was sent to nations. That was the purpose inside my heart. And now the purpose that I had in my heart is now what instructed me to create you in the first place. So purpose is that thing that existed even before you. So if you are 20 years old, be sure that your purpose is 2,000 years old. I bring a shocker to you today. So you have to look for it. Purpose is more ancient than you. Purpose is as old as the age of God. If God had an age, purpose is timeless. Purpose is that thing that can transcend generations to generations. And just like I typed, God is waiting for you to die before He carry your purpose and give another person. Do not forget, like I always say, Abraham was not the first person that God told to go to a place that He was going to show him. God spoke to Terah first. Terah was the first person that God told to go to the promised land. But because he got to a place called Haran and his son had died, which is the father of Lot, the elder brother of Abraham, he died in Haran, and that place also is also called Haran, and the name of the father is of the son is also Haran. So he reminded him that my son had died in this fruitless journey. I'm not going again. So he left it, he abandoned it, and he died in that Haran. I put it to you that when you give up on your purpose, that place you give up on your purpose is where you're gonna die. You are not gonna go high. People who give up on purpose, they die early. That's why you see people that retire. Immediately, most people retire. Some of these are parents. Immediately they retire, they just die because you are no more setting goals. You are no more setting targets. Your mind is not fixed on something. You are going out early. You are coming back late. You are set for another work the next day. Those things keep our minds active and get us to live longer than we are supposed to live. But when you are no more pursuing nothing is pursuing you, you became redundant. You became inactive. Your spirit begin to shut down. Even your soul is no more responding. That is what happened to Terah, and God had to carry his purpose and gave his son Abraham. And God spoke to Abraham, get thee out of your father's house, get thee out of your father's ideology. Not to just get out of his house, you have to get out of how they think. For you to find purpose, you have to get out of how your father thinks. You have to get out of how your family thinks. And think of what they've never think. Think outside the box. You should carry the box and break it. We are box breakers. Those that will find purpose must be box breakers. They must be people that think outside the box. They don't shade within the box. They don't shade within the line. We shade outside the line. We paint the whole paper. We check everywhere out. We comb everything in and out before we find it. It will not just come to you easily. Like I've said, you have to try your best. You have to try your best. Don't be lackadaisical about life. Don't sit in one place and be expecting everything to fall in place for you. Don't sit in one place and expect life is going to be rosy. Don't sit in life and be saying, que sera, whatever will be, will be. If you wait for whatever will be to be, nothing will ever be for you. You have to go out there and make things happen. God has done everything and has folded his hands, and because he has given to the earth to the sons of men, you are not going to be sitting there and expecting God to leave heaven and come and do anything on earth again. God has done everything for mankind and put the earth on his footstool. By that, you can imagine a ball inside or under the feet of a man. There is no how God can fit into that ball, which is the earth, to come and do anything for you. God is not going to do anything. We are always used to say, "Arise, let your enemy be scattered." Those things are what do they call it? This expression, idiomatic expression. It's never going to happen. God can never arise. The day the earth will finish, the day trumpet will sound, is the day God will arise. That a new earth and a new heaven is going to start, because the earth is the footstool of God. It's like a balloon under God's feet. When God stands, the earth is just going to burst and a new one will start. So don't expect God to arise. God is not arising. He that sits in heaven shall laugh. He's always sitting. God has never stood for because of anybody's problem. Even if they refuse to give any president that won the election, God is not going to arise for that purpose. He's going to remain on the seat and be looking at us. When you don't make anything happen, God does not make nothing happen to you. Why? Because He has created the earth and given to the sons of men. If you stay and you are looking, God will stay and be looking. God can, I was correcting an ideology that we used like saying in the kingdom some weeks ago. It will say, God, you make it feel spiritual, like God, all of you and none of me. God cannot do anything on earth with all of Him and none of you. God will never do anything on earth with all of Him and none of you. Let me say it again. God can never do anything on earth with all of Him and none of you. It is all of you and some of God. Some, you can't even have all of God. Let me tell you the truth. All of you and some of God. God will never be so meek enough to give all of Him to one man. It is not possible. Your lifetime is too small to collect the all of God. Show me the space you want to put all of God. Where now? When the whole heart cannot contain Him, you want to carry all of God. It's impossible. So God cannot do anything with all of Him and none of you. So correct that ideology today. I don't want to hear it anywhere around those people following me. Don't say all of God and none of you. I don't know the context you are saying it from. I don't know what you meant to say, but I'm telling you, literally speaking, it is impossible for God to do anything with all of Him and none of you. God is like 1 billion multiplied by zero. In mathematics, it will still be zero. If you add no effort to what God is trying to do in your life, it's still a zero result you're gonna get. That's how God operates. You have to understand this thing. He guides how you waste time on some spiritual things that does not produce results. We have to be very factual to ourselves, because we are beginning to hide under spirituality, and darkness are beginning to even crawl and move further than us, and we are there speaking in tongues and quoting scriptures while things are already happening in the other world, and we are covering up under spirituality. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to smell the coffee. It's time for us to make hay while the sun shines, because this is the age that we have to be smart and do what we gotta do. In the next 20 years, now some of us will be talking about our children getting married. Some of us will be talking about our grandchildren. You have to be smart and know that time is going. Time waits for nobody. Time will not get anything better for you. Time is going to make things get worse. It's the law of entropy on earth. Things are going to get worse with time. Don't think that time will change things. Time will change nothing. Time will only get things worse. So the longer you wait, the worse things become. Nothing will remain, nothing will change until man changes it. Everything remains in its own static position in a straight line until an external force acts on it. Never forget that scientific principle. Everything remains where it is until somebody, an external force, come to act on it and change things. These are spiritual principles wrapped in science. You have to understand that everything came from God. Most of what the scientists are saying, they read Bibles to be able to come up with them. So you have to know that you have a lot to play in your life. Don't let prayer deceive us that we are praying to God. He's the one that will do everything for us. No, it's not possible. You take action. Let's not behave like they are not making progress in Dubai. Let's stop behaving like unbelievers are not doing well. Let's stop behaving as if people that don't know God, they don't prosper. They don't tell me everything is the devil that gave them. Let's stop this stupid ideology of thinking that any wealth you make outside of fasting and prayer is not of God. It's not true. Your mind alone can do a lot of things for you. Your mind alone can do a lot of things for you. It's just God, Jesus, and God is an addition to make our life extremely restful. Extremely restful. That is not now turn it to something to become lazy about, and we now not to be diligent in anything again, facing spiritual things and not doing our own part of the game. That's what we call covenant. What God has to give man is just strictly by covenant, and covenant can never happen except it's between two people. A man cannot have a covenant with himself. No, it's not possible. You can't have covenant with yourself. You can just promise yourself something. You can't have. So far, that thing is called covenant. Two people have to play a role. Don't cancel your own role and think everything is like God has done everything He wants to do for 6 days and He has gone to rest. Don't force Him to come and work again when when you are not doing nothing yourself. God is that kind of person. You are not working, he goes to rest also. If you are not serious with your life, he's not serious with your life as well. It doesn't matter how much you are suffering. You are not doing nothing. He's gonna keep watching you. He has. That's why he has plenty people, 8 point something billion people now. If you are not serious, he switch off your TV and watch people that are serious in America. That is why some are sleeping, some are sleeping, some are awake and working. When you are sleeping, you switch off your TV and go and watch America. When you are not doing anything, he switch off your channel and watch another person that is diligent. If he gives you an idea to do something, you are not doing it, he switches off your TV and gives your dream to another person. That's why you can think about something and you are not doing it. Before you wake up, you see someone else doing exactly what God told you, and you'll be shocked that, God, did you tell 10 of us? Yes. Any idea God drops on earth is not going to tell one person, because he has learned that human beings are very lazy. Most of them will never act on what he told them. So he's going to tell at least 10 people together at the same time, so that when you don't do it, someone among the 10 will do it. And that's why it looks as if somebody copied your idea. Nobody copied your idea. The same way you were told, God told another person, because he didn't know. He didn't know who among you was going to do it. Let me share with Daniels. I just stopped by to push you, to jeer you, to steer you, to push you, and to make you more. Go and open that business. Go and register a business. For anybody to be a full member of our ministry, when we do it, where we are doing it, you have to register a business. Your business certificate is number one point of membership. I don't care how old you are. So far you are 18, you can open a business, register a business, and start doing something. Start making daily money. I like daily money. I don't like monthly income. I'm a protestant of monthly income. He will daily supply our needs, is what I read about, not monthly supply our needs. He will daily supply our needs. Our God must you must have an income that comes to your hand daily, not monthly. You see, this is what I'm an advocate of. I can summarize everything I am in a message, and this is what I'm pouring out to you. God is your strength in Jesus' name. You have to push. You have to push. You have to push. You have to push. Life is worth living if we give it all it takes. Don't wait on God. Why God is waiting on you again? He has given to you everything you need for life and godliness. It's your duty to convert those spiritual raw materials into realities that are tangible, that you can touch with your hands. God bless you in Jesus' name. The name is Shegun Daniels. You can give, you can sow, you can do whatever you're led to do. I'm beginning to reduce. You notice I'm beginning to reduce my giving message and sowing message, because when I ask people, what do you know about me? People just saying giving and sowing this, or they learn from me, and I'm beginning to feel like, what are these guys saying? They want to be known for only sowing and giving. What's that? That's crap. That's just a key in the kingdom. It's not all about me. I've even reduced how much I speak about it, and the more I even reduce it, the more I get blessed. So it's something I'm teaching you from what I do myself. You have to learn it also. I'm speaking about purpose today. You have to press into purpose and know that that's the only thing that can make you enter financial rest. God is your strength in Jesus. I love you all. God bless you. Sorry for pinning you down this night. I didn't plan it. God just God just said I should pin you down and pump something inside you, and I may be doing this often as possible. God is your strength in Jesus' name. I love you all. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Share the video. Let somebody learn. And I don't come up all the time. I'm not the type of person that jump on live video if I'm not led. I may not be led for 6 months. I may not be led for 5 months. I may not be led for 4 months. I don't do things because I have to do it. No, God has to speak to me in some things before I do them. I love you all. Bye. Take care. Pray before you sleep. No enemy will come near you in the name of Jesus Christ. Everybody wishing for your downfall will fail in the name of Jesus Christ. From today, you live from glory to glory and from many to many. You will know purpose, you'll find purpose when you see it in the name of Jesus. There's a spirit in man, it's an inspiration from the Almighty. I pray for that spirit. jump inside you today in the name of Jesus Christ, the resurrected Lord. Father, thank you. For in Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen. Bye.